Okay, it is day 4. We are going to be talking about some more trauma healing ideas. I want to read to you the steps that that kind of came to me a few months ago, and I know I've talked about these before. Number 1, establish your foundation and commit to faith. Number 2, step outside yourself. Number 3, put aside your plan and surrender to God's. Number 4, find your real enemy. Number 5, connect to your truth. Number 6, find your purpose and mission. Number 7, connect to God. Number 8, find forgiveness and happiness from within. And when I wrote those, I was like, it makes so much sense. Okay, yep, that's what I'm gonna do. But then in those moments when I would be triggered or something else would come up, it's like they all disappear because those thoughts in your mind's saying, hey, whoa, I feel scared again because remember this happened, and it takes you back. And what happens is we're not different after trauma because of what happened to us. We're different because of those beliefs that we've taken on and we've begun to live. So when one of those fears is triggered again and it takes you back to that moment, it brings you back to those beliefs that you took on that aren't necessarily true. So our activity for today, I want you to picture either a traumatic moment, or if today you've had a traumatic experience that took you back to, or you had your doorbell ring and it took you back to a time when whatever happens, whatever your cycle is, your thought process, I want you to really dig deep and find what it is that you begin to believe about yourself in that moment. So let's say I get a call tonight from a detective and it takes me back for a minute. Where did my thoughts go? I'm unworthy of love. I'm not enough. I'm alone. I'm a loser. I'm ugly. Your list can go on and on and on and on for days and days and hours and hours and hours. And until I figured out that these things weren't true, I lived in that fear sometimes for a whole month. I'll tell you what, after the Dr. Phil show, I lived in fear for a long time again. It was like I was reliving every emotion over and over and over. But what happens when we go and take these, am I unworthy of love? And I take that to Heavenly Father and I ask him if it's true, he's gonna tell me otherwise, because he's not gonna send me a bunch of cruddy thoughts to get me to be better. What he does is send me truths. So when I pray for the truth, if this is true, Heavenly Father, if I really am unworthy of love, what can I do to fix it? But most of the time, what he's gonna do is say, you know what, no. All of these beliefs that you took on during that time and that you keep taking on because you think you need to protect yourself from ever living that again, they're not true. They're not true. And what he will do is give me a list of things that are. What are my truths? I am enough, and I finally believe that. I am smart, because I always thought I was stupid. Maybe if I would have done this, what if I would have known this, things would have been, nope, I'm smart. I am lovable. I am kind. I am worthy. And that's the list that's your truth. So when I say you gotta connect to your truth, it's so much more than saying, oh, yep, I'm a good person. It's digging deep. When you wrote your story yesterday, what did you remember? What pain came up? What anger came up? Anger is always covering up a fear. And fear is always a belief of something we think others see in us, or a belief that we have found that we think is true inside of ourselves. And what happens is Satan uses those beliefs to take you down every single day, to make you feel like a loser. Because as soon as you're a loser in your own mind, nobody has to do or say anything, because you sabotage your life. But as soon as you connect to your truths that God wants you to remember, that he gave you, that he sent you to this earth to live, you're gonna be unstoppable. Because when those triggers happen, and that belief train starts, first it starts with I'm this and this and this, or it might start with other people, this person, this, and because I can't control other people, then I'm this and this and this. However your truth train begins, if you can learn to first, oh wait, hold on, nope, that's not a truth. So what is a truth? and incorporate your relationship with your higher power, whatever that looks like, and ask him what is true. He's not going to give you a bunch of things to make you feel bad about yourself. What he's going to do is help you change by remembering what is true, what is real, who you really are, who you really want to be. And no matter what trauma you're here today to try to overcome, you can. You can with his truths. You first have to figure out what isn't true. Because when it plays in our mind, it's almost like we hand over the steering wheel to somebody else. And it's not us. The real us, every single person on this earth, even the ones who have hurt people, which is all of us, even the ones who have been hurt, which is all of us, we have truth. We came here to live, and we have to remember it. And we have to fight by first getting rid of what isn't true, and by asking God to bring us our truth. You know, darkness lies in these lies. It festers and it hates and it brings anger and fear. But light, given to us by God, given to us by Jesus Christ, that brings truth. And that's what's real. So today, for the Trauma Healing Challenge, I challenge you to take a minute, maybe an hour, maybe a day, however long, to go back to maybe little small traumas that happened in your life. Maybe someone forgot to invite you to their party and it's been bothering your spirit ever since. Or maybe those big traumas that happen. And we all have them. This isn't something unique to those of us who get to tell our story. This is also something to those of us who have been hiding our stories for a long time. And you don't have to get on a video or on a blog to let your story free. And I would love to hear from you today, because today's going to be really powerful for a lot of you. Going back to what is real is scary, because what it does is it makes us vulnerable. So being vulnerable today, if you have a whiteboard or if you have a journal, which I hope you have a journal, get in there and figure out first what your beliefs are. Start with something simple. What are my beliefs in myself? Which ones are true? Which ones aren't? And do this little, my kids and I do this a lot. Okay, this is what you're believing right now. Cross out what isn't true of it and change the words to what are true. And I hope that you have a wonderful day. It's Monday and it's day 4, and I have a lot of fresh ideas that keep coming to me. So I'm excited because I am learning so much about myself, my truths, and my purpose. And I hope that you're doing the same.